beauty of Poland in winter is not to be missed. Winter sports like skiing are mostly centered on the mountain ranges in the southern part of Poland. But there's plenty of ice skating too. All the major cities have ice skating rinks, and the usual chilly winter means that ice skating on lakes, or even sometimes rivers and streams, is possible. Winter in Poland also means long walks in the forest, followed by warm fires and cozy atmospheres indoors, with a special beverage of your choice. It's a good time to spend with your friends. Wintertime in Poland is also good for tourism because there are a lot less people around. Hotel accommodation is easier to be had, and prices are generally lower. So join us for this special edition of Poland Daily Travel in the studio, where we're talking about things to do in Poland in the winter, with my guest, Nicholas Richardson. No relation, as usual. Poland Daily Travel, we're here for you. Find us on Facebook at Poland Daily Travel or Poland Daily Live. That's Poland Daily Live on YouTube. And if you're not too busy, please subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. I'm Will Richardson, and now on with the show. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Poland Daily Travel. We're in the studio. We're talking about winter in Poland with Nicholas Richardson, resplendent as usual. You're looking good, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Important, I think, to make an effort.
Well, you have. You just, everything matches.
Yeah, well, that's the idea.
I'm very, well, for you, this is informal.
I feel naked without a tie or a cravat. I feel I'm
cravat.
Exposing myself to your viewer.
A tweed jacket. I mean, you know,
well,
you should be working for Ralph Lauren or something.
Yes, well, Ralph Lauren merely took English stuff and sort of adapted it.
He adapted it, but you could...
I find
Ralph Lauren.
That if you don't wear a jacket, you've got nowhere to put anything, you see. It's very,
well, it is helpful, isn't it?
It is very helpful. I'd be lost if I had to sort of...
That's why I got the old...
You got the old cowboy,
denim jacket.
The old cowboy jacket on you.
The old cowboy jacket.
Will you be rounding up cattle in the afternoon?
This is travel. I'm feeling a little informal here.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, another thing which is very useful for travel, which you are, of course, a great proponent of, is the safari jacket.
Oh, I like the
which
safari
is an ideal travel garment. Of
yeah,
course.
I like it a lot.
It was designed as one. But
I got 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are good. I've got one as well.
But I only wear them when I go on safari.
Yeah.
And I've never been on safari.
You've never been on safari?
No, they're in... I mean, you've seen me.
Yeah, in your safari outfits.
That sounds a little weird.
No. I meant your safari jacket.
Oh, safari. I don't have an outfit.
No.
Good Lord.
And your hat.
Good Lord,
and
man.
You're channeling your out of Africa experience.
Yes. No, I don't wear those hats. I just wear a baseball cap usually.
You was Robert Redford.
What?
You was Robert Redford.
Yes.
I've said that before.
Me and Bob.
You have that sort of slight hint of Robert Redford.
That twinkle in my eye?
That Robert Redford. Yeah, the way you speak is very... It reminds me always of Robert Redford as well.
Of Bob?
Of Bob, yes.
Cousin Bob?
Cousin Bob. But no evidence, as far as I'm aware, that Cousin Bob has ever spent winter in Poland.
What?
No evidence, as far as I'm aware, that Cousin Bob has ever spent winter in Poland, which is the theme of your programme.
He lives in Utah. Yeah. And, oh, yeah, but Utah has winter.
Yeah, I imagine it does.
Unlike
they still
us.
have snow, do they?
Unlike us this year. But still, you don't have to have snow to go and have a lot of fun in Poland during the winter.
No.
But let's talk about one place. There's a couple of... the next place I want to talk about is Bieszczady, because mountains, snow. That's what you think.
Exactly.
If there is going to be snow, it's going to be in the mountains. And they do have sun right now, especially higher up. But we just don't have it here in the middle of Poland. But a place that I really like, Zakopane, of course, we talked about, is right in the middle,
and in the
under
south.
Krakow.
Yeah.
Yeah? It's not quite the middle. Maybe there's a little more on the west, but it's pretty close to the center of Poland. You have Burkowina next door, which is a nice resort. You have Szczawnica, which is a very nice, remodeled resort, not far away as well, to the east. And you can continue on towards Germany along the mountains. There's a lot to see.
Indeed.
And it gets beautiful. But the mountains change quite a lot. From the Bieszczady to the Tatra, the Bieszczady are old but rather rounded mountains at this stage. And and the Tatra get quite tall, taller than anything in England or
No,
the
well,
eastern
England
United
is not a
States.
place to look for mountains.
Well, you don't look for mountains there. Your mountains are very old.
Well, yeah, well, they've been worn down a bit,
They've been
but they were
worn
never
down.
quite as tall as the...
I mean, really old,
Yeah.
like the Świętokrzyska Mountains in Poland,
Yeah.
which are the oldest mountains
Yeah.
between here and Moscow.
But we don't have the... We're not really on the same sort of mountains as you have in continental Europe with the Alps and these various mountain ranges where you have really tall, pointy mountains.
Yeah. The Tatra are quite pointy. In
They're
some
quite pointy as
aspect.
well, yes.
And Slovakia too. Yeah. So you can have a lot of fun there. But the place I like is Bieszczady. Very interesting. It's a little less intimidating, the mountains. A lot less intimidating. They're quite walkable, and high enough to afford you some majestic views.
Yes.
Yeah. But a lot of wildlife, which is the interesting part.
That is interesting, to actually be able to see wildlife in the wild.
Do you know what you can see there? In the Bieszczady?
Are you going to tell me?
Yeah, I will try. Yeah.
Do they have any
and
wolves?
actually, the winter's good because there's a bit of snow. You can follow tracks and things. They have bear.
Oh, bear, yes.
More than one. Bears or bears?
Bears, I think.
Bears, yeah. Because they sound like they had one bear.
They have one bear, yeah.
That's more. They have more. Bison.
Bison, yes.
And they have the lynx, the mysterious lynx.
Ah, yes.
Mysterious lynx.
Do they have wolves?
And they have wolves, yes. And yetis, yeah.
They have yetis.
Yetis, the abominable snowman.
The ones that got lost.
Particularly nasty in this part of the world.
The ones that got lost on their way to the Himalayas.
That's correct.
Aha, yes.
Yeah. They stopped off on their way. So you can see a yeti. That's my favorite thing. I'm going yeti hunting with Poland Daily Travel, probably in February.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we'd let things settle a little bit, a little less touristy. Then we'll nip in there and follow the tracks.
Of the yeti.
Yes.
Do yeti hibernate? No, I don't think they do they? Because they're...
No, they're moving around all the time.
Yeah.
They're moving around. See, the yeti is a combination of a human being and an ape.
Right.
Like a gorilla.
Gorilla.
So,
And of course you are from Guerrilla Travel, so...
What?
Wearing your other hat.
Gorilla travel. Guerrilla.
Guerilla, yes.
That is my website, yeah. But in the Bieszczady, have you ever been?
I haven't actually been to the beach.
Why not?
I
What's
don't know.
wrong with
I'm not as well travelled as you.
You've been living in Poland forever.
I
That's not far away.
I know. I
It's a
don't
car
know
ride.
why. I know. It's hopeless.
I
isn't
go there
it,
every
really?
year, at least once.
I must make a bigger effort than this
Yeah.
time.
It's fun just getting your car, driving down there. From Warsaw, it's about 400 kilometers. And you see some of those beautiful countryside of Poland. And when you get there, there's a lot of rustic places to stay. Sort of lodges and things like that.
I've heard
Again,
that.
you get the
I've heard
great
that, yes.
Polish food, very, local food, farm fresh stuff, and extremely tasty. You will not starve. Plus, you get all the wild beasts, like what's a wild pig called in Polish? A dzik.
A dzik.
You can get a dzik.
A dzik.
You can get some bison.
I have eaten bison, by the way.
Yeah, me too.
On the way again, not far
very
from
good.
Bieszczady, on our way through to Przemysl.
Yeah.
We stopped off at a restaurant. Where
You
they
were
had-
filming history. Yeah.
Yes, and we stopped off at a restaurant. It was a very nice day, and this restaurant, its speciality was bison. So we ate some bison, which is very tasty.
You ate some bison.
And they had a herd of bison in the field around this old house, very nice. And the restaurant served bison, so it was very, very good. Bison and a glass of the local beer was very, very nice.
Well, there you go. There's even a local beer called Żubr.
There
but
is.
it wasn't that, I suppose.
It wasn't that, no, it was something
That's
more...
from Białystok or something.
It was something more local.
So you go to the Bieszczady, you can go skiing, you can walk on very good trails. It's not so daunting as in the Tatra, so you can really get even in the winter, a good walk. You might come across, you can get some guided trips and you might come across some beautiful wild animals. And it's right there up against the Ukrainian border as well. You can walk right up to the border where the mountains join and get a beautiful view if it's a clear day. And often the weather there is quite different. It's kind of a, what do you call it, a microclimate.
Microclimate,
Yeah,
yes.
so it can be very cold or it can be a bit warmer, but it tends to have a very special atmosphere at any time, but particularly in the winter. Okay, thanks for watching. We were talking about travel in Poland in the winter, and we were just talking about the Bieszczady, amongst other things, with Nicholas Richardson. Thank you, Nicholas.
Thank you, Will.